Okay, I guess this dream video will have to be two videos because somebody was at the door. Anyway, I just got finished discussing my worst dream. Okay, now let's skip right to the weirdest dream I ever had because it was so vivid. Now here's one other cool detail. I never know that I'm dreaming until I wake up. No matter how surreal things get, I always take what's happening at face value. And this dream I had about 7, 8 years ago, I think. Well, maybe not that long. But I know it had to have been before 2008 because I dreamt that I was in the White House on a tour or something. And I wandered away into the Oval House office and came face to face with President George W. Bush. And we had an interesting chat. Now, I'm kind of really ambivalent about George Bush because I think that, A, he was one of the worst presidents we ever had as far as neglecting his responsibilities. If, it was on his watch. Anyway, never mind. That's not important. The important thing is, in this dream, I'm talking to George Bush, who, as a person, I think is pretty funny and likable. He's kind of a down-home anyway. So we're chatting, and he's, just like I imagined him to be, and I asked him, well, is there anything you would have done differently in your presidency if you could do it over again? And he thought about it for a minute and said, "Oh, nope, I don't think so." Anyway, so while we're talking, we hear an alarm go off. Whoop, 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 whoop. And he says, "Okay, that's an emergency. We have a standard procedure." And he opened a drawer in his desk, and there are these little syringes. And one had, like, green liquid, and the other one had red liquid in them. And there were, like, two sets of these syringes, and they were antidotes in case of a poison gas attack. So and then there was an empty syringe, and what I did was I picked up one of each of the syringes, and I squirted first the green liquid into the empty one, and then the red liquid, mixing them together, and George looks at me and says, "What are you doing?" And I jabbed him in the chest and gave him the whole injection, and he sort of tottered and fell over, and I walked right out of the White House thinking it had to be done. And then I woke up, and that was the weirdest dream I ever had. Just okay. But most of my dreams are good. I learned long ago how to fight my nightmares in dreams. You just grab them by the throat, take them down. I had a dream about a killer bear broke into our house and was going to eat my little brother, who was, in his high chair at the time. And I just took a carving knife from the kitchen and just hacked the bear's head off. And ever since then, I've had no trouble with if a dream starts to turn horrific, I either fight back or I just ride it out, watch it as I would a horror movie, and then wake up thinking, hey, that was pretty cool. So no stress there. Just a couple nights ago, I dreamed that my nephew Max and I were at this sort of big get-together. It was like a fair or something. And there were crowds all over milling around. And we got separated. And I bumped into Taylor Swift and, a little later, Justin Bieber. And I was just thrilled to meet Justin Bieber, particularly because I said, "Oh, I wish my nephew was here." And Justin said, "Why? Is he a fan?" And I said, "No, he loathes you. I would love to see the look on his face, if I, brought him over to meet you." So I hung out mostly with Taylor Swift, and she'd lost her tablet. So I told her I'd look for it, I'd find it, and I did. I found it. It was like, actually, it looked more like a TV tray, and it had a cartoon painting of her face on it, and it was Taylor's tablet. So I gave her a call on a cell phone and let her know that I'd found her tablet. So it's just weird stuff like that. But, yeah, dreams. I believe they are, in fact, an alternate reality. another dimension that we go to when we're sleeping. So you got to be careful what you eat before going to bed. Nachos before bedtime, that always guarantees a strange dream. Same with popcorn. So that's your tip for today. Whew.